Hey everybody,
Hey guys,
what's up?
we are back.
With part two.
Part two of dealing with a traumatic past.
Yes, traumatic past. Uh, uh, um, in the previous video, in part one of this very same video, we dealt with some of the signs. It's not all of them. There's a number of them that we did not mention. But we also, on this video, want to talk about how to deal with some of those. Because we didn't just feel like giving you, just the signs and then so what?
Just leave it
You know,
there.
and then just leave it there.
Oh wow.
And so, how do we deal with? I think,
Okay,
yeah,
I think the obvious one,
yeah,
is to open up about it.
yeah,
I think there's nothing worse than trying to deal with a situation that you do not understand.
yeah, yeah,
Someone has triggers, someone overreacts on things, and you really have no idea
yeah,
why they're doing what they do.
yeah,
So the first is really to open up to your partner. Talk about these things.
yeah,
Why are you behaving the way that you do?
yeah,
So that your partner knows how to deal with you. And I think the biggest challenge is we have these past traumas. Our spouses are not aware of it.
yeah,
We're finding ways ourselves of coping. We have no support, from a spouse, because usually people will support when they understand what the
What is
challenge
going
is.
But also, it's also not just sharing with your spouse, so that they are aware of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we share things, we share just the event, just
Yeah.
the event. We don't share the experience. I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm
Yeah.
making sense.
Yeah.
We share the event. This happened to me.
But not necessarily how it makes you feel.
We don't communicate the feelings
Yeah,
behind it. We
yeah.
don't communicate, the experience. As I said, how did it affect you? But also how does it affect how you live your life today? You get what I'm saying? And I think that we need to move beyond just sharing the event.
Yeah.
This happened to me, because for other people, they don't, and especially us men, we don't think between the lines.
Yeah.
We don't see between the lines. We think in straight lines. We take what you are telling us as that event. Okay, this happened to you. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, it means that you turned out okay because you are here now.
Look at you. You're
You know
professional.
what I mean?
You're
You're
great.
professional and whatever.
Yeah.
And that could be very dangerous, because then in the long term, what it does is that you may get to a point where you are ignorant of what your spouse does, or how your spouse behaves or reacts to certain things, because in your mind, that issue is gone. You get what I'm
And
saying?
especially for you men, most of the time, you guys easily pass, whether you've got a way of packing that on a shelf somewhere, but unlike us, you guys can easily remove yourselves emotionally on
to
things.
block something
You
out,
can
yeah.
easily block things up. But part of the sharing that we're talking about is also going into sharing, as what Mo was saying, the experience, but also share the triggers. What triggers you, as a result of what happened to you.
What happened? Yeah.
I react this way because when you do this is the trigger. Or when you say this, it triggers X. When you do that, it triggers Y. I think we need to get to a point where we really, really open up to our spouses so that they understand, because we find sometimes that when things happen, they don't do or say things because they're intentionally want to hurt.
Yeah.
But it's because they don't understand, or they don't know that, if I go this route, I'm actually triggering certain feelings.
Triggering is. But
on your end.
Here's the other thing. The other thing is, Suri, sometimes, okay, let me put it this way. As somebody who has gone through whatever experience, I need to volunteer what I went through to my spouse.
Okay.
I went through this. in my previous relationship,
without feeling judged.
I was in a relationship where the conduct was in this manner. The person came back late at night. I trusted her, at first, and then until I found out that the person actually is cheating on me. So when you
every time you come late,
when you say you are coming late, or even when you don't say, even worse, when you don't say you are coming late, in my mind, it takes me back there. That you are actually cheating and so forth.
Yeah.
So you need to volunteer information, but also number two, the other side of that, my responsibility then, as your spouse, is I also need to almost prowl. I almost need to dig. It is in my best interest to do so.
Find out
It
more.
is to probe is my responsibility. It is in my best interest to do so, because our marriage will not be successful for as long as there are triggers that take you back to a bad experience, and you have not healed from that experience.
Yeah.
And that experience affects our marriage today. It happened whatever number of years ago, and it affects our marriage today. For as long as you have not moved on from that experience, our relationship is always going to be dragged backward. It's not going to progress forward.
Yeah. No, man, and I think also what is very important to note, your current partner is not your previous partner,
Yes.
And I think if you can start your relationship in that footing of understanding that you are
Sure.
with a new person,
Sure.
fine, you could have experienced what you experienced in your previous, but this person is we are starting on a new slate. Because there's that tendency of thinking, all men are the same, or the previous one hurt me, so this one will definitely hurt me. I think let's give people that benefit of doubt. Can we allow people to be people?
Yeah.
Can we allow individuals to be individuals? When you've been hurt by somebody else, when you're in a new relationship, allow that person, let them write their own story. In your life. That's why I'm saying we're starting on a clean slate. Because it's very difficult to get into a relationship where the slate is already messed. You're trying to write to craft your own story. You can't craft it because it's already messy. So you are actually being treated unfairly. In this whole thing, because you are not responsible for what has happened,
but you are punished for it.
Not taking away the trauma, that the previous has brought into one's life, but let's slowly allow this other person to really define what love is for them, or to give you an opportunity for you to know why they wanted to come to your life. Let's not smear them with whatever that other person has done and say, okay, they're all the same. I'm not going to give you a chance. You are exactly like the previous person.
You see, when we do not give each other space, that's why I'm a strong proponent of, strong support and advocate of us, dating with intention. When you date somebody, don't just experiment. With them, and you commit to somebody and you're just experimenting, and then you go through whatever you go through, and then you hurt, and then you take that hurt to the next relationship. Date one person, commit to that one person, get married to that one person, and then the experiences that you have are your experiences, that you have. But anyway, that's another story altogether. When you don't give each other space to be human, when you don't give me space to be me, let alone human, just let me be me. So that if I say I'm coming back late, let that not, communicate something else to you other than I'm coming back late. And I'm open about where I'm at. You have my number, and all of that. And let that not communicate anything else to you. See,
where you are concerned,
where I'm concerned,
if there's no history.
There's no history. I've never given you a reason, to doubt my commitment and my fidelity to you. So, let me be me. So, when we don't do that, when you don't do that, you deny me the opportunity to be me.
Yeah.
So it means that every now and again, all the time, I always have to dance to your past hurts.
Yeah.
You know, and now it means that easily we could be reliving your past. And the way these traumatic experiences manifest in our current relationship, in our marriage, there's a prophetic element to them.
Yeah.
They have a way of recycling themselves.
Sure.
And them repeating themselves.
Yeah.
You know, because you are suspecting that I'm cheating to you anyway. I'm cheating on you anyway. So I might as well, so that you can, so that there's substance to your suspicion.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying?
That is so hard.
That is very toxic way of thinking. But there are people who think like that. That you know what?
So let it be.
Let it be.
Yeah.
You know, I've never given you reason to doubt me. I've never cheated on you. You never caught me with anybody. I never, everywhere I say I'm at, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
But you still have this. So I'm saying, heal.
Yeah.
When you heal, you don't just heal for you. You heal for your marriage.
Yeah.
Your hurt can determine the longevity of your marriage. It can determine how long or how far down the line your marriage goes.
Yeah.
Because the way you act and react to situations that occur in your marriage can easily determine its end.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Can easily, because people will be like, you know what, I can't stand this anymore.
I can't deal.
Because it's tiring.
And easy.
You know, and easy.
and taking responsibility, guys. It's important to take responsibility. You know, you've been hurt.
Yeah.
You know what has happened to you.
Yeah.
What is important is acknowledge what you went through.
Yeah.
You know, take responsibility.
Yeah.
And part of being part of taking responsibility is you seeing what help you need. You know, that's also part of being responsible. To say, I'm hurting, because the truth is, people hurt people.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when you hurt, you're gonna go around hurting other people. So in order for you to heal, because the truth of the matter is that the reverse is true. You know, healed people heal people. You know, in order for you to be in a better space, you need to take responsibility of what has happened to you.
Yeah.
You know, seek the help that you require.
Yeah.
Acknowledge what has happened.
Yeah.
I think there's nothing worse than someone who's going through a traumatic experience. It's all written.
Yeah.
However, they are denying the fact
that they went through
that
this,
they are hurting.
And this is how it affected them.
They are denying what this is doing to them.
Yeah.
Because we sometimes feel we look stronger, you know, or we are taking this. I don't know what to call it, but you know, but acknowledge the fact that, hey, man, I've been hurt.
Yes.
And this is what has happened to me. And I'm going to take charge. I'm going to take responsibility. I'm going to seek the help, the professional help, actually.
Yeah.
Which is what we also wanted to talk about. You know, I'm going to seek the professional help that I need.
Yeah.
You know, can I get help? Because I cannot continue hurting people around me because this
I'm
cannot... You know, sometimes we create the vicious circle around us. You know, you were hurt. You are hurting your children. Your children are going to grow up hurting people around them, hurting their own children because of you who couldn't take responsibility and seek the help that you need in order for you to be fixed.
Isn't it amazing how our past recycles itself and you know, is reborn, you know, in our current lives, and how we pass that over to our children.
Especially when we don't deal with it.
It's just out of it. Here's the other part, the other side of responsibility. Yeah. You also, as part of taking responsibility, you also need to acknowledge your part in your past trauma, because it's easy to blame everything.
Yeah, and everyone.
And blame the people that have hurt you in the past, and exonerate yourself, you know, from it. But it's important for you to engage with your responsibility, with your part, in the situation, in the trauma. It's not self-blame. It's not to saying, so that you can blame yourself, but it is so that you are able to decipher, as it were. You are able to say, okay, here is my part on the thing. When you know what your part has been in your past hurt, you are able to take control of your life better. So that you are saying, I will never again do this.
Yeah.
I will never again enable
exactly
the hurt, in this manner. Because when I enabled it in the past, this is what happened.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it gives you take your power back by taking responsibility,
so
for your own contribution.
Yeah.
To the.
It's also not saying the person that hurt you.
They were justified.
They were justified for what they did. No. It's not saying they were not in the wrong. They were in the wrong, most definitely, but they are. Sometimes there are situations where we get hurt because we happen to be in the wrong place.
Yeah.
At the wrong time.
Yeah.
And your hurt came as a result of that.
Yeah.
So I guess what you are saying when you say, acknowledge your part in that. To say perhaps my part was that part. I need to exercise more caution now going forward, especially when you're raising children and you were hurt as a child.
Yeah.
Correct that by saying, okay, I got hurt because either I was at the wrong place.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, people have got a right to hurt us when we're in wrong places, but you can correct that by saying, I will ensure that my children are looked after better. I know, for instance, growing up, I grew up with my mom working most of the time, which therefore meant one could be exposed to more danger because you are not always within your parents' sight. So you can exercise caution by ensuring that you are always aware of where your kids are.
Yeah.
Check on them. Ask them questions. When you notice a change in your child, ask what is going on. Don't be like our parents where they will not ask difficult questions because I guess they were afraid of finding the truth, But I think we are at a better space now where we need to open up more, especially with our children. When something's suspicious, when your child is coming back from school and not the same way they left when they went to school, probe, find out why their mood has changed. What has happened in school that could have contributed to their behavior? Because we'll be surprised by what we find out.
True. And that's so true because the other thing is, don't be scared of the truth.
Yeah.
When you take responsibility, you must be willing and be able to face the truth as it is without you being defensive about it. True. Don't protect the hurt. Don't protect yourself from the hurt. Don't protect yourself from the truth.
By hiding the truth.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here's the perhaps second last thing that we want to propose as a solution, and it's forgiveness.
Yeah.
It's forgiveness.
Letting
it go.
Yeah.
Forgiveness. Man, there's so much we wrote on forgiveness. So much on both of our books we wrote about forgiveness. But here's the thing about letting things go. When you let something go, you are letting go of something that has hurt you, something that has had a bad effect, a negative effect of your life.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like logical, that it has happened. There's nothing you can do about it now.
Yeah.
Right? It has happened and
it can't change.
It can't change. And therefore, when you are carrying unforgiveness in your heart, you are carrying a poison. You are carrying something.
You're carrying sickness, actually.
That eats your sickness.
Yeah.
That keeps on eating you
away.
And it eats your marriage away. Because now you can no longer enjoy your marriage in a certain area. You know, in the area of trust, you can't enjoy your marriage. In the area of, you know, feelings, and we talked about blocking somebody who's pushing others away.
And you can't be vulnerable.
You can't be vulnerable.
Marriage, yeah.
You can't be vulnerable. And that means you are eating away from your marriage by what you carry. Yeah. So you need to make a decision, you know, make a decision to let go. When you make a decision to let go, you are letting go of a hurt. You are letting go of something that shouldn't be there. You are letting go of something that, man, I think
that's poisonous.
It's unnecessary. Yeah. You know, it's unnecessary for where you're going. Yes, it has happened in your past. You are not in denial of it's happening. Yeah. You accept that it has happened, but you are letting it go because it is eating away from your current relationship.
Oh man, well said. I think you have just summed it up nicely.
Yeah.
Learn to let go.
To let go. But the last one you did say, you mentioned it, and that is that you seek
professional help.
Professional help.
That's number one.
Seeking professional help will help you deal with the specificity of your issue.
Yeah.
You know, here these are general, you know, solutions and general suggestions we're making on how to deal with a past traumatic relationship experience. But when you are going to seek help, you know, from people you trust or, you know, professional help, you know, they are able to look specifically into
the area. But also, one thing about professional help is it's someone you don't know. Mm-hmm. It's someone who has taken an oath to...
Yes. Hopefully they've taken an oath.
No, well, you know, most professionals have taken an oath to keep your story to themselves. So there's privacy.
Confidentiality.
There's confidentiality. And I know sometimes it's difficult to speak to our own family members because fear of judgment.
Yeah.
But seek the professional help. Speak to somebody. Sit with somebody so that you can let go. And one of the best ways of healing is taking everything that's holding you on the inside and taking it out so that it's no longer eating you on the inside. All right? So let go, let it go so that you can free yourself, as you Mo was saying, so that you can enjoy your marriage. Let's stop these things, past traumas, eating away from our marriages. Our marriages are important. Our marriages are our future. So let's not allow the past to eat away from our future.
Amen.
Thank you so much for watching.
Amen.
And be blessed.
Thank you so much for your time and be blessed.
Stay blessed.
Thank you.